Eden Town Hall. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Eden Town Hall. We were just having some great discussions in the Eden Discord. Nicholas brought up some great points, and we figured that we would meet up on video to make some more personal connections and content and so forth like that. So thanks, everybody, for joining. And yep, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts, Nicholas and Patrick and CAC. Thanks, everybody. And Nicholas, would you like to kick us off?
Yes, so I just wanted to come back to the debate I brought up, but we didn't have time to elaborate on, was that Tada's proposal, basically to sum up, correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, is that we would have to elect like a council to determine, so that those council people, we have to determine if a new proposal pass or not, so we have a voting system. And so basically this is representative democracy. And so what I propose is that we use the system that you brought up, Dan, to directly the person that have like a respect token, to use this respect token as voting power to pass proposal or not. And we have a system like that. I think in my opinion it is better because people can direct, even though they have few tokens, they can have an impact can vote on the proposal. I think this is a better way to incentivize new people to come in and say, even though you are new and you are little, you can still vote, and they are not like people that has been here for several years that have all the power and stuff like that. So yeah.
Cool, Nicholas. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I have those are great thoughts, and I also have a question that I'd like to ask you, and I'd like to share my perspective about how I think that these can work together well. But I suppose first I'll ask Patrick or CAC. Do you guys have any thoughts you'd like to share first?
No.
Thank you, CAC. Appreciate the brevity. Patrick?
Yes, I want to complement what said Nicolas. Yeah, I think we have two processes on the table. We have the Dance Enjoy process template to create proposals that is very well crafted. The tools are existing. We have a consortium to make some signals about the proposals. So that's included into the Dance Enjoy package, we can say. He has made a great job about creating how to create proposals. And on the other side, or let's say complementary, we have Tadas Veitikunas doing something democratical with the more taking in account all the people into the fractal group with his proposal, a dynamic council week after week. So I think we can iterate on that. And the last Wednesday, Dan, you will share for sure your breakout room, because you made your proposal into your breakout room on the last Wednesday into the Eden+Fractal. That was a great Eden+Fractal. Tough discussions, because we were into the second week of moving forward with the proposal, and we want to be committed. And I am very confident with this last Eden election on this Saturday, October 8th, was a great Eden election. More collaboration are coming. We have a great set of chief delegates. Jesse Jaffe as the head chief delegate. We have Chris Barnes as a chief delegate. We have Waxa for the marketing with in combination with Jesse. That will be a good mix. We have Xavier Fernandez of Edenia, brother of Edgar Fernandez, on member on term third term there was Edgar Fernandez. Now we have on term 4, we have his brother, Xavier. So that's very nice. And I am happy to interview them. That's planned for this coming week. And that will be published on October 23rd. So I'm very happy. And for me, that was a great experience, this Eden election. And that's mean a lot for Eden+Fractal. We had a good representation on this Eden election with Nicolas here. CAC is also into the Eden+Fractal. He was jumping into the Eden election. That was nice. And yeah, for Eden+Fractal is a good momentum, and to be always to improve Eden on EOS and EOS for sure, and to be a group of people that are collaborating, and that's the keyword. It's collaboration. So I'm happy with that.
Cool. Yeah, sounds great. Thank you, Patrick. And thank you also, since we started a half-hour late recording and we were talking beforehand, I forgot to just mention the Eden election yesterday. So thank you for doing that job, hosting and welcoming Friday Context and so forth. Congratulations to all the chief delegates. Really excited about the next season, next term. Congratulations to everybody participating. And yeah, it was a great experience in many ways. And I'm looking forward to watching many of the videos of the rooms and so forth. And yeah, and also congratulations, Patrick, on being a delegate as well. And yeah, so much to say here. We were talking about it for the past half hour or so, but also because I think we're fairly limited on time, then I will also get back to Nicholas's point, because I think this is very it's something that's pretty pressing. Even trying to figure out the interim consensus process, or even just consensus process. I don't know if the word interim is correct at this point. We're just trying to figure out consensus processes for Eden+Fractal, and we want to figure out a lot by this Wednesday. So yeah, if it's cool with you guys, then I'll respond to Nicholas's point now. So and something I was trying to explain in the last week's meeting, but so much happened at once, because basically we had the last town hall, and we were talking about the proposal I shared with the voting and so forth, and I shared the spreadsheet, and thanks so much for joining and then helping to refine that idea and so forth. And then just early that morning, Tadash shared this new proposal, which is like, I think could be a really revolutionary process, combining Eden+Fractal into one. And so I hadn't had a chance to read it yet. And so after I had the chance to read it, then I started thinking about all these different things. How can we make both of these work together? Because I really like Tadas's proposal. Like, it's representative democracy, but it has many benefits I think that the previous system that I was proposing didn't have. But at the same time, I think that the system I was proposing has many benefits that Tadas's proposal didn't have, and they work very well together as complementary consensus processes. And the way I was thinking about this, I shared it in a blog post that I released like the day before. So I understand probably many people, or most people, didn't have a chance to read it before the Eden+Fractal meeting, and I'm happy to go over it now if you haven't had a chance to read it yet. But basically, the idea I was thinking was like, it's first helpful to understand and think about, like, what is the process actually governing, or what does it have consensus over? And when I was thinking about it, it's like the individual always has power to make decisions in the community. Like, you always have to protect that individual power. And right now, the Eden+Fractal doesn't have formal power over any decisions. Like, the decisions that we might want to make within the community are all like individual decisions. It's like an individual can decide how they want to act, or if it's like, I don't know, regarding a website or the MSIG or the Zoom account or something like that, like, it's always like the person who is owning that, has that private property, have that private key or that Zoom account or that website or whatever. And so really both these processes, I think, can be very helpful to provide signals that can persuade people to want to help the community and so forth, and share the opinion of the community, and share, this is what the community wants. Are you willing to do that? And then people can say no if they want. They can opt out. But then, of course, the community can also say, okay, well, if you don't want to do that, then we can find somebody else who does, or we can find some other way or something like that. So just to provide a little high-level overview of how I was thinking about it, and that's why I kind of withdrew my proposal, or didn't give the full proposal in this past Wednesday, because I thought, well, the stuff I was saying about like it has to have over 66% approval and it has to have over 33% minimum quorum. I was like, well, really, even if it does have over 66% approval and over 33% quorum, but if it's, you know, affecting a change where it's somebody's private property and they don't agree with it, then it's still their choice to opt out if they want to. So I was kind of saying, okay, I'll just kind of scale it back and maybe I'll share my screen for a moment just to show you what I did. But also I've been talking for a while, so if you guys want to, you know, make any comments or share any thoughts, and I know Nicholas, it seems like you've been thinking of this a lot too, so I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts if you want to jump in with anything. Do you guys want to jump in with any comments, or should I share the screen?
No, yeah, you can share the screen. Yeah, I will intervene like once you will show. Maybe I'm lagging a little bit. Maybe you see me lagging.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yes, I'll share the screen now, and I think
Okay.
I can get set up in just a moment. You said maybe you're liking, or
Lagging, lagging
I was lagging.
my
Okay.
internet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems
sorry.
pretty good. Maybe very slightly, like not much though. Yeah, but basically, I'll just share a couple windows. You guys can see the window now, right?
Yes,
With the green chestahedron. Okay, cool.
yes.
So yeah, I put together this article at edencreators.com/consensus. And basically I wrote out a bit of an intro about why this is here, and then I made the proposal to use both Consortium and the Eden+Fractal process to help the community reach consensus, make decisions, and provide signals for the community, because they're both helpful in many ways. So basically what I summarized there, I tried to add some cool art as well. And then I summarized what Consortium is as well. It's an application that's already working. Vlad's been building it for a long time. And Vlad was actually, he shared a comment in the Eden Discord in the interim consensus process channel saying that he's always seen Consortium as a signaling protocol. In fact, in the Consortium Commons page, right at the top, it says providing a token-weighted signaling protocol. And he also wrote something similar to that in the Discord too. And it made me think, okay, Vlad's thinking about this as a signaling. And so that just like made me think, what is consensus? What is signaling, and so forth. So I think that Consortium is an awesome tool. And I totally agree with what you're saying, Nicholas. I think that we should use this tool, and it's like a really helpful way of measuring consensus of the community, and it's simple and it works. But then there's also the Eden+Fractal process here, which Tadas shared. I kind of just summarized, and I think it could be super helpful. Like some of the benefits of this, for example, over the Consortium process is that this, like for one thing, it is a way where it's not, it's decoupling the votes from the respect earned. So for example, like you could be able to respect somebody a lot without giving them necessarily voting power. Like, I don't know, say if like Evil Rose came to a meeting, like he hasn't been following Eden+Fractal, I presume, but you want to respect him a lot, but it might be better to have, you know, somebody like Patrick or Nicholas with the governance power, because they've been, you know, coming to all the meetings and deciding and so forth. So that's one benefit. There's also a bunch of other benefits too. I think that in many ways, DOS's system could be more resilient in some ways, but they both have lots of trade-offs basically. And I think that they're both really helpful in different ways. And so basically I made some recommendations that, well, I made a couple brief recommendations that I think that big actions should take at least a week of pending before we make big actions. And then we can count consortium votes every Wednesday at the end of the meeting. And then I wrote a little article here, which I think is pretty good. I'm also planning to speak with Tadas about this. And I think he's in agreement about what I was saying before about like the power of signals and so forth, and kind of comparing signals to thermometers and barometers. Like just like when you're measuring a room, like it's important to measure your thermometer and your barometer to find, you know, different air pressure. I don't even know what a barometer measures. It's like air pressure or like humidity, and then thermometer is different ways of measuring. Whereas like I see the Eden+Fractal process and the Consortium tool as both different ways of measuring like the room, to get a feel for the room, to get a feel for what people want to do. And then people who have, you know, formal governance powers, like if somebody owns a website or something like that, then they can, you know, take that into account when they're making their decisions. So I wrote there's a lot more there as well that's included, but basically just to be quick, I'll also show you the proposals on Consortium. So I encourage people to vote on these proposals. Oh, I see you got your hands up, Nicholas. So what would you like to share?
Yeah, I would just ask simply, for example, we have a proposal, and how are we going to reach consensus with the combination of the two? How are we going to do that?
Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll to some extent like work itself out naturally, and it will be a process where maybe there's not a simple answer, but we'll figure out over time. for this week, what I'm thinking about is, because there's a few other different proposals that I made that I think are very helpful for the Eden+Fractal community to pass. So for example, like this week, I made the proposal to give Eden respect to participants to reach consensus in yesterday's election. I think that's a great way to respect people who join the election, and that's really cool. So far, there's been 4 people who voted on this with about 1,000 Eden. So it has a 100% approval rate, but only something like 15% of the participation rate of all the Eden tokens. I also made a proposal for creating timestamps for the More Equals Animal book, which also has a lot of approval, but not much participation yet. And then also the Eden talk, I launched that, and I could show that too if you guys want to see or talk about that. I think it's really exciting. But I made that proposal. So far, I'm the only person who's voted on that because I guess it's a bigger thing and most people haven't really thought about it or haven't had the time to look into it much. But basically, my point in showing you these is to help answer your question. Like, I think that we can pass these proposals if the community, if there's general consensus in the community, with kind of like a step-by-step approach, like based upon who has the permission. Like, so for example, this week I was thinking about saying, as a signatory on the MSIG, then I'm personally willing to sign an action to propose and to approve and to execute this proposal for issuing 25 respect tokens for Eden Talk participants if on Consortium it reaches a quorum with over 2/3 approval and over 1/3 participation, and it does so by X date, like next Wednesday. Because as a signatory, like that's my right and my responsibility to say yes or no. But I'm saying I'm willing to do this if there's community consensus using the specific consensus method, which is basically what I explained last week. And then we could use a spreadsheet and so forth, and then we could use Consortium. So right now, like I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sign a transaction or propose a transaction to issue 25% of respect tokens or 25 Eden respect tokens right now, because right now there's not much general consensus. Right now, I'm the only person who's voiced approval for it. I don't want to just go out and just be like, hey guys, I'm proposing this regardless what the community wants. I want there to be, you know, a general agreement and so forth before I propose something like that. But by doing this, I think that we can make proposals, and whoever has the power, like for example, I don't know if Nicholas, you run the Twitter account for like the price signals and like technical analysis.
Stress index.
Yeah, exactly. So for example, I mean that's pretty different from Eden Fractal, but like hypothetically, you could put up a proposal being like, I want to promote Eden Fractal on this Twitter account. Of course, it's your account, so you could just do it just on your own, and you don't have to proposal. But hypothetically, you could put up a proposal and be like, I'm thinking of making a tweet to promote Eden Fractal here, but I'll only do it if I get, you know, over 66% of consensus, and I'll only do it if only over 1/3 of the tokens approve. And then like
so there would be like 2 steps. First of all, for a proposal to pass, to and see if it reaches consensus, so that proposal will be approved by the community. So there is 2 steps. Once first it needs to like say, let's say pass, and then be approved by the community. So this is, I 100% agree with all the process on Consortium and what you're showing me here. I think this is a great idea to find out which proposal should be put in front of the like the community for them to approve the proposal or not. But then after that, we need to find a way, how are we going to decide if a proposal is approved or not? It's like, this is the whole debate, but I 100% agree with what you're saying.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, thanks, Nicholas. I'm not totally sure what you mean by 2 different steps. And I think that basically, like, I think maybe we're just looking at it in the wrong lens, because like really the community can decide things and can state opinions, but it's always the individuals, at least right now. Like eventually there's going to be an integration where like the smart contracts and all the services and whatnot for Eden Fractal will be directly linked with Eden Fractal. Like rather than it being, you know, my personal Zoom account, it can be a Zoom account or a Web3 Zoom account or whatever that is like enabled with a blockchain permission, and that can be controlled by, you know, like the MSIG that is formed by the Eden+Fractal process or something like that. So then it could have formal power. But up until that point, when there's more technical capability, like it's always just individuals who are who have the ownership rights to the different accounts. And in that way, it's kind of like just making a proposal to them specifically. It's like the community as a whole making a proposal to the account owner. And then whoever is the account owner for whatever task is being spoken about can decide what they want to accept, and they can kind of set their own terms to some extent. And so like in this case, I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm on the MSIG, so I have the ability to sign transactions with the MSIG. Of course, it's decentralized, so I can't do anything unilaterally, but I can say, as one of the members of the MSIG, then I'm personally willing to sign a transaction to issue 25 Eden tokens for the launch of Eden Talk. However, I'm not just going to go ahead and do that without any community consensus. Here is kind of my like threshold that I would want. I would want it to be over 2/3 of the Eden tokens voting for it, and I'd want it to be over 33% of a minimum quorum and so forth. And so I'm kind of setting, what I think would be appropriate for that. And other people could do it differently, I suppose, too. Or other people could say, I don't want to vote on Consortium. I want to just use Sadas's process. But in this way, we can pass proposals now, and it's just kind of recognizing who we're making proposals to and who has the power to do it, and then understanding like these are like ways that we can just measure the consensus of the community and so forth. Is this making sense, do you think?
Yeah, of course. This is exactly my point. I think this is a better way to just having at least 1/3 of the community voting, and then if more than 60% is agree with the proposal should be approved. This is what you're saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
if I agree with that system, I think this is a way better system than just voting for cancel, and then those people just decide between each other for the proposal to be approved or not. I think this is the best, what's closest to like real democracy, in my opinion. This is closest. But yeah, go on, Patrick.
Yeah, I think on the last Wednesday we have approved the TADAS proposal into the main room. After the breakout room, we have a majority, super majority, those approving the TADAS proposal. And I was advocating that the TADAS proposal should be combined with the proposal of Lance Enjoy. And seems to be that I see now, and I was reading Friday, your updates into your website, and I see now that you have integrated the graphic of TADAS about the process, about his proposal process for the dynamic councils. You have integrated that into your website. So that's mean I am very happy with that, because we have something collaborative between TADAS, between Dan, that is very inclusive, and we will have a good and the signals on Consortium. I have voted for I don't remember the when you share the screen, there was the 25 respect. I have voted for this one indeed. When you have voted on Consortium, this poll, Dan.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the title of the poll, but yeah, let's show.
Do you guys see it? There should be issue 25 Eden respect tokens to kickstart the launch. Is that the one you're talking about?
Now I see not appearing in the screen here. I see just maybe you have to reshare again.
Can you see now?
Voila.
Okay.
Should we issue 25 Eden respect token to quick start the launch of Eden Talk? Yeah, I have voted for that because I think it's very important that we have a place where we can have some like a blog to discuss, and that's the built-in border system, BBS. That's take part of your proposal, BBS, and
Yes.
that's very needed that we fill this BBS with discussions by the community, and not just publishing by the owner of the ID, but also let the people engage into this Eden talk. That's what I was advocating on last Wednesday, a part of other things that I was advocating. But no, I am very happy with this proposal, the different proposal that you made. There is not just one. There are different signals now on Consortium. I encourage the people to go there and let's grow the participation, the vote here, because on Consortium we can vote. So let's go there and vote more. And on what is happening now with Eden election, with Jesse Jaffe as a chief Eden delegate that want to do marketing, oriented marketing for Eden+Fractal, for Eden+Onios. I think more ideas will come, and that's great that we are into this momentum. I think we are just in the perfect momentum to move forward, because maybe 2 weeks ago that was maybe too early. Now we have had the Eden election, and I think we can take in account also the community of Eden+Onios. It's not just the chief delegate, it's also the delegate level 1 and the rest of the member of Eden+Onios. We have members into Eden+Onios, and we have to take them in consideration, and Eden+Fractal as a platform in between to do the interface. So I'm very happy with what you are doing, what we are doing, and Tada's job, and that's come right in the moment where we will have the Eden+Fractal update number 2 with you, Dan, and Tadas, because you are at the core of the proposals, I will say, and that will be a nice update. Taking it, I'm sure you will change something more, because now you see Tadas coming with new ideas. There was the Eden election on this Saturday, so let's make a new idea in your mind, and that's cool. That's very cool, and we don't need to have a time pressure on the shoulders to brainstorm. We need to brainstorm and to have good proposals. And yeah, Nicola, you're right. I am on the same opinion. We have something very democratic here, taking in account something very unified. Yeah.
Yeah, well said. Thank you, Patrick. Something that just that occurred to me, I'm wondering, and something I should have known for a while, but Nicholas, am I mispronouncing your name? Should I be pronouncing it Nicola rather than Nicholas?
Nicola.
Okay, so yeah, it's Nicola.
Nicola, sorry.
It's my name, but outside
Nicola.
everyone, it's only like
Nicolas is
yeah,
nice.
Nicola, just
Okay.
yeah, it's nice, and like
Should be an H in
everyone
there.
as humans start saying Nicholas. Say Nicholas, but I'm okay. Like I'm used to it
Nicholas
now. So
Okay.
Nicholas has an H. There's an H in Nicholas.
Oh no.
not in my name, but
Yes, I could see that.
You can call me Nico. This is my all my friends call me Nico. Like
yeah, like
friends
Steven Seagal in a movie.
Yeah.
Nico.
Nico,
Yeah.
you go by Nico
Yeah,
as well? Okay. Well,
you can call me Nico.
okay,
It would be weird because I'm not gonna be used to it and say, oh, someone's talking to me.
Yeah.
But,
and you know what? You can call me Pat.
Pat.
It's more short. Pat.
Nico and Pat and C.
Nicola, Pat, and CAC, and Dan. Very easy.
There we go. Okay, cool. And then also, I'll aim to remember Nicola too, because I was saying Nicolas or not like that. I was saying Nicholas, but Nicola has a certain kind of, I don't know, singing intonation law. So that's pretty cool. And thank you for the clarification about that. Sorry for mispronouncing your name many times at this point.
that's all right. This is
the head of the French IFBs.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, and doing great work with
the bees. The bees. We need marketing. Yeah. That was the signal of this Eden election. For term now, we need marketing. We need marketing 2.0. And we have to use what offer the EOSBs with Tipit.io and Waxa also great marketing. So I'm very happy with this term. We have 3 months now to contribute with them, to sustain them. It's not just about 5 chief delegates and what about the rest of the community. We have to help them. The same into Eden+Fractal is not just about some people, it's the group, and we are in the good direction. I'm very confident.
Yep, I agree. And yeah, I'm very excited to be working with everybody in this season of Eden and going forward. I've got it going in about 5 minutes or so. I'm happy to make anybody else the host if you guys would like to continue discussing. Would anybody else like to be the host?
No, it's okay for me. It's okay.
Okay.
I want to wrap up here. We have a lot of things to do. That was a very busy weekend. We want to wrap up.
I could be the host.
Okay.
Yeah, I will wrap up. I will go also. So
I have to go also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool. Well, yes, I think you'd just be the host and just be you, unless you want to invite some other people, which of course you're welcome to. But yeah, I am happy to make you the host if you like that. And then, is there anything else that we'd like to discuss, Nicholas? Did we, or either Nicola, or Nico, did we?
It's gonna be tough.
Right.
You're not used to it. It's gonna be difficult.
I'm working at it though. I'll remember and remember it soon. Well, but do you feel like we had a good discussion about these governance processes and we're in agreement and feeling good about it? Or do you have any other questions or comments or anything like that, or that you'd like to discuss here?
No, so yeah, what you show, what you explain, what you propose is basically what my idea of like what it should be if we want to reach the closest to be closest to real democracy, my opinion. But yes, this is a conversation we're gonna talk with other members of the community. Obviously, we are just 4 here, and then we have to debate a bit more, in my opinion. And this is gonna be a debate that's gonna come back in the months to come. So the conversation is really, in my opinion, never really over. But yeah, that was a great talk. Yeah, and so I think we both clarify a bit more what are our thoughts on the matter. And so yeah, we clarify that in the following meetings, because we often see each other. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you, Nicola. And then there's one other thing that I was going to say too. Just shout out to Jesse too. Jesse, he ran to help promote, start these networking events with Eden+Fractal too. So I think that's super awesome, as well as all the other chief delegates. But I just want to give a particular shout out to Jesse too, because I know you work closely with Jesse, and as well as Patrick, and doing great work. So really appreciate that.
Shout out to Tadas. Shout out to
Jorge
Ramos. He was also into Eden election. He was there. CAC from Eden+Fractal. He was also Eden member. He was into the Eden election. Yeah, we have a good representation of the Eden+Fractal there, and all is connected, and we have to be more aligned. Try to be the better version that we can be, myself included. I will improve every day, as always, and I am happy to be here with Dancing Joy and Nicola, and Chris. And we will wrap it up here, as always, with something always fun. At 3210 in chorus, we will say, go Eden+Fractal, and then go Eden+Onios. But first, go Eden+Fractal at 3210. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Go
Eden+Fractal.
Okay.
Go Nicola.
Next one.
Go
Eden+Onios at 3210. 3, 2, 1, 0. Go
Eden+Onios. Patrick froze, and Patrick just looks eternally happy now. Okay, there we go. It's better. All right. Hey, is that the last one, Patrick? We're gonna do one more.
Yeah. Nothing else, I think.
Go Fractally.
Go Fractally
Or
and
go EOS,
and
go EOS.
everybody.
How can we forget go
How
EOS?
could we forget? Okay, sounds
Oh,
good.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go EOS.
So 3, 2,
2, 1.
0.
Go
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 EOS.
EOS!
Yes.
All right, cool.
EOS or EOS? Or
Either
EOS?
one. I say EOS, but either one works, I think. All right, cool. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
guys.
Thanks
you.
everybody for the great town hall. Looking forward to next week's town hall. Also Eden+Fractal coming up on Wednesday and a bunch of events going on. Hope to see you all there. But yeah, thanks everybody. Great meeting. Great talk.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
Thank you,
guys.
Dan.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.